For the last couple of months I've been using the Logitech ProFlight rudder pedals with Microsoft Flight Simulator, and while they do get the job done, they're fairly cheap for what they are and feel plasticky underfoot. Now, especially having recently got the Warthog stick, I felt like my rudder pedals were a weak link in the chain. So I decided to upgrade, and I've opted for the MFG Crosswind V2 rudder pedals. Now, they're not cheap clearly, but they're an all metal design, and as you'll see, they're pretty damn impressive. Now, the price here is around 250 quid. Now, that's the starting price because unfortunately you got to add on VAT and shipping on top of that. Now, to here in the UK, these came in at about £340. It's a lot of money, I know it's a lot of money, but they should hopefully last forever. And yeah, we'll see how I get on and how happy I am with them. But yeah, take a look at them on the website for yourself. They are impressive. The amount of adjustability to them and just their overall design is pretty darn awesome. So yeah, I haven't opened them yet, so we'll just crack on with a very quick unboxing and then get into setting up and using them. Let's go. Okay, so for a quick unboxing, let's see how it's packaged up really, because you probably can't hear that with NVIDIA broadcast doing a good job, but it's very rattly and noisy and there's a lot of stuff moving around in there. That's quite worrying. So let's get this bad boy open. Oh, it's sort of falling out. So it's not packaged great. I mean, so this is all rattling against, so the bits aren't separated really, so that's free to rub against this. Has that caused any issues? Because, you know, the finish on these is clearly very nice. Weird sort of white area here. What's that about? Slightly odd. It's hard to describe if you look up close. It's not. I mean, it's nice, but there's some bits like here. There's this line here. You know, that looks just fairly poorly done. Okay, moving on. I mean, it's just falling out the side. Just don't see right, does it? On to the next piece. Again, yeah, you've got this another bigger white area, lighter area. I mean, the finish here, it's rough here. That shows up at all. It's rough, really rough there. And there. So it's not perfect machining, but we don't need to get too focused on that, because let's be honest, it's down on the floor, you got your feet on it, it's not a big issue. But these are just first impressions, obviously, when you open something like this up. So I've got to say, I'm not really impressed with the packaging, to be honest. Look at it, it's a mishmash. You'd think for the price you're spending, it'd have some sort of bespoke packaging, a bit more impressive than this. I mean, if you've got to send it back for whatever reason, look at this. I mean, really? But this is what we're paying for. Okay, this is clearly a hefty bit of kit. And yeah, it's nice to finish. Overall, looks pretty nice. I mean, it is a nice bit of kit, clearly. Again, some of the edges here, these aren't perfect, but that's not really a big issue at all, not any issue. Okay, so here's all the bits and bobs laid out. Now there's no documentation included, but there are links on their website to their YouTube channel showing how to set it all up and how to adjust everything, which I think deserves a 2 thumbs up. Keeps things simple, you can't really go wrong. There's not a lot to this. The design is actually brilliant, and I love the attention to detail. The holes are all threaded, so there's no messing around with spanners, nuts. It's just the bolts and the Allen key, which they provide. There's longer bolts and short bolts. The longer bolts are for putting the foot plates on. The shorter bolts are for these sort of stops to keep it away from the wall, which I'll put on at the end. So let's first of all get the spring connected up, the tension. That's a simple case of grab the big spring, take this doohickey off, thread that through the eyelet, okay, and there's a hole here to put the eyelet through. Like that. Screw this back on the end. Not sure which way it's meant to go on, but I'm going to put it on that way so it's pulling the interior nut against the casing, if that makes sense. I assume that's how it's meant to go, so you could never pull the nut out. And then simply attach the spring to this mechanism here. There's 2 notches. If you put it on the outside notch, there's much more tension. So I'm going to start with it on the inside one and just spin up the doohickey until it's taking up the slack. We'll go from there. There we go. Beautiful. Beautiful. Little protective rubber end cap on there. Nice, again, just a little attention to detail, love that. I'm not going to use this for now, this is for cam adjustment. I'm not entirely sure what the ins and outs of that is. It looks easy to replace if you want to change it to a different cam profile, but I'll stick to default for now. Okay, let's get the foot pedals on. Foot pedals, foot plates. Now look, there is movement here, which is nice. I'm going to start with it just straight up for now. Okay, one done. Again, just reiterates the long bolts. Okay, we're nearly done. So now it's just these end stops. Now these keep it away from the wall because obviously that goes past the end here. So if this is pushed against the wall, you're going to be hitting the wall here. I love that they've included this and they're adjustable. Okay, so that's the unit complete. I've put the fullest extension. First time getting my feet on it. Now if I'm leant too upright over it, it is easy to rock it a little bit, but that's not realistic. If I sit back, that's not going to happen. And I've got to say, right from the off, I love just how smooth it is. No real detent at all in the middle there, obviously. Unlike cheaper pedals. So you can just transition beautifully. And obviously that's just without adjusting any tension, etc. That's just right off the bat. And there's a lot you can do with the pedal foot plate angle and stuff, but I'm going to leave all that for now. Let's get it set up on the computer. It comes obviously with a USB cable. Okay, so end to end I'm getting about 185 centimeters, thereabouts, 185, 186. So a little shy of 2 meters. That's fine. Okay, the first thing I noticed when I put them in place before actually plugging them in and setting them up is how I could not operate the brakes because of the angle. I've just watched the video on how to set the angle, and it's very easy, and the thought's gone into it. Again, you only need the Allen key that comes with it. Very simple. There's two, let me lift it up. There's literally just two bolts here. You undo them, you can rotate the angle, do them back up. Undo do up the bolt the closest to you first, he says, otherwise it could move when doing the other one. And you don't need a lot of strength to do them up. Don't do them up too tight, is what I'm saying. And there's markings here, so you can match it up to the other side. So let's just get that done now. I'm just going to make a guess as to where I want them. Do up the back one first, the one closest to you when using them. Okay, and that's it. And then I'll just repeat the other side, matching up the same marking. Okay, so we just have to calibrate the pedals, and we do that with the MFG configurator. Obviously just download this from their website. Do not use Windows to calibrate, they specifically say that. So we'll start with X, which is the left toe brake. So in the default position, then just click start, press it all the way down, release it, stop. Same with the right. And with the pedals in the central position, start it, rotate it, or push the right pedal all the way one way, and then left pedal all the way. You know what I mean. And then stop. Oh, one last thing to note. Before closing this, just click apply, and it applies them to the pedals themselves. Actually within the electronics, as it said, so it's not software on your computer, so you just do it once, that's it. You never have to do it again, unless obviously you make certain changes and adjustments. You may have to, but in general purposes you can just leave it, fire and forget. Okay, so now it should be a simple case of going into options, into the controls, and hopefully they're going to show up here. Go. Put it on all, and obviously we just got to assign to the correct axes, which is going to be rudder axis, start scanning, and operate the axis, validate. Okay, beautiful. Next up, brakes. Left brake axis, scanning. Perfect. Right brake axis, scanning, and perfect. That's it, that's all we need to do. Apply and save. Let's jump into flight, put them into some real world use. Okay, so now actually on the runway here at Madeira, let's check out our rudder pedals in use. And get moving. Toe brake. I mean, rudder pedals are rudder pedals, right? There's not a lot to it. Okay, so as we fly around this beautiful bit of scenery here in this fading daylight under this cloudy sky, let's talk about these pedals. Now, you could say, well, how can you review them? You've only got them today, you've not had them long enough. I mean, look, rudder pedals are rudder pedals, yeah, 3 axes, 2 brakes and a yaw, so there's not a lot to that. They get the job done. What matters is how they feel and the experience of putting them together, getting them set up. And I started this video showing a few bits saying, oh, it's a bit rough here and there, but look, we're so used to, I guess, expensive sim equipment being perfectly laser cut, etc. Maybe these aren't quite as perfect, but don't get me wrong, these are extremely high quality, and none of that matters under feet. You know, that's looking really close up, running your fingers along edges, which you've got no reason really to do. This is an awesome product, and it should be, obviously, for the money. I don't like the packaging it comes in. To be fair, they do have a video on unboxing it on their site, and I had to preserve the polystyrene. Mine is, I could put it back together if ever I need to, tape it all back up, but I think the packaging could be better, especially at this price point. We've seen how other things come packaged, even costing less for sim equipment, and that's just not really up to par. But anyway, once you get it open, the product itself is beautiful to put together, really thought out, and how it works is just elegant. The tension adjuster, all the various settings, if you look on their website and their YouTube videos, again, which is a good idea. This is a fantastic bit of kit. Now, there's not a lot to it. It is just rudder pedals. You put your feet on, you push, and that's it. And you don't even use them a lot, especially me doing GA flying most of the time. I'm not going to use them a lot, but you know, I'm going to be sticking with flight sims for a long time to come, and I'm playing this more and more. I got the Warthog, so you know, I want rudder pedals to go with it. And in fact, look at this cloud coming in. How awesome is that? So what I can compare this to, I've had the cheaper Thrustmaster pedals before, some time ago, and more recently the Saitek or the Logitech Pro Flight pedals. And I sent them back to get a refund and bought these. The reason I sent them back, well, one, they developed a little problem, a clicking noise when releasing the right foot. But also, they were like, I spent 130 quid new on them, and they're not. I don't think they're 130 quid's worth. They're very plasticky. They get the job done, don't get me wrong, they get the job done. But 108 quid they should be on Curry's PC World. Certainly don't pay more. I mean, you know, all this scalping going on for flight equipment gear, absolutely do not pay more. They're not worth more than that. I mean, if it's all you can get and you're desperate, it's just, no. Not with them, don't pay more. Now, these are a lot of money. Okay, so you're looking at 340 odd quid, as I've stated, to the UK. Are they worth 340 quid? Well, that's a tough question. The problem is, how good can you make rudder pedals? They do what they do. These feel amazing. I've never used rudder pedals in a real plane. These are so smooth to use, with a vast amount of adjustment, and they're going to last forever, I should imagine. I mean, the build quality is phenomenal. So, let's put it this way. I've spent all that money on them, and I don't regret it. I'm happy I did. And yeah, so that's my judgment on that. Are they worth 340 quid? I guess in that regard, yes. If you don't have to worry about VAT, then certainly that's a lot better. And if you don't have to pay so much for shipping, yeah. But if you're even in the UK and you're going to spend that amount of money, I don't think you're going to be disappointed. You know, rudder pedals are rudder pedals, but these feel great. The action is beautiful. It's silent, it's smooth, they're comfortable, you can set them up however you want. So yeah, that's it. There's not a lot to it really, is there? I can't think of a lot more to say. There probably is stuff I've not thought about. Look, if you've got questions and whatnot, please ask in the comments. I just wanted to keep this a quick video to show this product, really. And you can see behind it, I wanted a bit closer to me, so as well as those the little distance brackets, I've placed some profiling to get them closer. But the benefit of those little brackets is you could fabricate your own out of wood. Doesn't matter, buy a couple of rulers, couple of metal rulers, wood rulers, doesn't matter, drill a couple of holes, put them on, easy, not a problem at all. I might do that at some point if I need to use that bit of profiling. I shouldn't really be flying around like this. I can't see a darn thing now. This is interesting. I'll tell you what, let's try and come into land, and that'll give me some use of the rudder pedals, and we can see them in action. I can't see a thing. This is ridiculous. It's quite windy as well. Getting buffeted about a little bit. Let's get round. I'm not going to worry about permission to land, etc. We're just doing it. So yeah, Crosswind V2 pedals. Obviously, you can get them in silver. They're only available in graphite when I bought them, but that's the colour I would have wanted anyway. So I'm happy. I can't. This is ridiculous. I see a bleeding thing. I don't know where the runway is. It's I had it in my sights a little bit ago. Yeah, it helps if I don't stall. There it is. There it is. Okay, we can do this. Oh, shush yourself. I'm going way too quick here. I have a speed brake button. What is it? There it is. Let's get ourselves slowed down somewhat. Not saying this will be a good landing. It will be a landing of some description. At least get somewhat. Oh, clouds clearing for me. Thank you very much. Pretty darn high here, aren't I? Get the undercarriage down. Try and not drop out the sky. Excuses for a bad landing. Well, I'm actually using the Warthog stick instead of my honeycomb yoke, just because I forgot to swap it over, which only takes me a moment, to be fair. And you know, new pedals, not used to them. That's my excuse. This is I don't even know what I'm doing. This is a botch job. This is an actual botch job. We're still a bit quick here. And a bit high. But look, we'll get down. That's the main thing, right? If you can get down and walk away from it, we've done our job. This ain't too bad. Oh, well, I say that, there was a bounce. But, you know, we're down. That's all that matters, isn't it? So I probably could put the I've got the tension quite weak on the pedals. I should put them up a bit. To be fair. fair. But that's a quick twist of the knob. Look at me, I'm all over the place. That's me, it's not the pedals. Nice. Yeah, I've not been at this airport, but it had a star next to it, so is it a premium airport, a deluxe airport or something? Oh, I'm just going to randomly stop here. So there you have it, the MFG pedals. That'll do it for now. I'll catch you later. Cheers.